It's Monday night, and we feel all right. Victory Monday for some, a loser Monday for others. It's the NFL. It's a week-to-week league. 1 week you're in the outer house, 1 week you're in the penthouse. Episode 506, keeping it lit. Today we travel to the land for some great sports talk and discussion. Another illustrious guest walks through the Flex Zone Forbidden Door, giving you more. Flex Zone Podcast, episode 506, NFL Week 2 recap, WNBA playoffs, and a lot of controversy in sports and out of sports. We'll tell you more. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell. Let's go. That's right. It's Monday night. You know what time it is. You got Monday Night Football. You got Monday Night Raw. And, of course, the Flex Zone Podcast. It doesn't get more lit and a better way to start your week on a good foot. Flex Zone Podcast. Recapping Week 2 of the NFL. Illustrious guests walking through the Forbidden Door. Can't wait to talk to them. Let's get things popping. Only place, fellas, giving you sports how you want it.
When you need
it.
Great weekend of content. We're back at it again on the Flex Zone Podcast. All social media, you guys know the drill. Vote on the poll. Let us know the biggest standout from week 2. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell. And let's start with the social media producer, Big Raj.
No bread, no water, just me.
Finish him, Daddy.
You did go to Hooters yesterday.
I did. And I seen all the football. I seen breast, thighs, and wings, and all of it was delicious.
legs, wings, and thighs, baby.
Yes, legs,
Talking about
wings,
chicken,
and
huh?
thighs. And, no, I ain't talking about chicken.
I knew he was.
But, anyway, yeah, a lot of football, a lot of greatness. We have a guest coming on.
lot of breastises.
Yeah, Dre, stop.
Anyway,
special.
That's what I'm talking about.
Be mature, okay? Be mature like the defense. But anyway, we have a great guest coming on very soon to recap Browns and Ravens. He's a Browns fan. I'm pretty sure you all know him, and it's going to be really, really fun to get his perspective of how the game went.
Social media producer, Big Raj, senior producer, one half of the Founding Fathers, the Commandalorian, We may need to play the 911 siren sound, but we're in that ambulance today for the command.
Those haters can't stand us. Left hand up. Commanders. Commanders. We fight for RDC. Who are we? The Commanders.
Jam. Oh, jam.
Cravante, baby.
Turn that damn music off. God damn it, this is not it. God damn it, it's not it. But hey, man, we here. Thankfully, we got we got our stuff out the way on Thursday, so I had time to reflect and all that, and y'all can have y'all Sunday back, man. But I'm here to get my thoughts as well. So, man, I'm ready to get started.
The other half of the Founding Fathers, the executive producer, Pride of the East Side, savior of misbehavior, the OTC, Drizzy Dre.
Acknowledge me. Like a Fatu, the Samoan werewolf. I love you solo.
Got a great guest going, and I'm ready to. I'm ready for this conversation.
Let's get to it. Let's not keep him waiting any longer. From the land, he's repping Cleveland. He is the #1 source on YouTube and social media, Bleacher Report and other outlets for Cleveland Browns content. We got to throw in a little talk about the NBA, about his Cavs. Can they finally get back over the hump? But we'll get there. You know him. You love him. Host of Worst Take. He's dropping content each and every day. He's one of the hardest working brothers on YouTube. Joining us for the first time here on the Flex Zone podcast, the one, the only, Quincy Carrier, joining us here tonight. Put your hands together. Quincy, what's up, my guy?
What's up? How's everybody doing, man?
Great, brother. Quincy, what's up, brother? How you feeling, man? Thank you again for being here. We really appreciate it, man.
Oh, no problem.
For those who don't know who you are, brother, let them know so they can get up to speed on the greatness you put out every day.
Oh, yeah. Check it out. YouTube.com/Quincy Carrier. Do AFC North talk. You follow me on Twitter. I'm pretty much doing something every day. So, just doing a bunch of work. Cover the Browns mainly. Also, I do, as the host just mentioned, cover the Cavs as well. Probably said something on the internet at some point to piss you off. You know what I mean? So go ahead, sound it off. Follow me on the social media. I'm gonna tell you right now, I ain't gonna argue with you on Twitter though. No more. I don't argue with people no more on Twitter. I stopped doing that shit years ago. So you looking to pick an argument with me, it's probably not gonna happen on Twitter. But I have fun. I try to have fun.
We love having you, brother. And we got to start things off, man. You are a Browns fan, day one, A1 since day one. Can you talk a little bit about your journey, your fandom, when you got into the Browns fandom, and has it really been a factory of sadness all those years?
See, I don't like to look at it like that. It has not been, a dynasty by any means, but it's been its own unique journey as a Browns fan. I'm kind of just born into it. Grew up in Cleveland, so there's really no other option than to root for the Browns unless I want to look like a very, very disloyal person, right? I don't really trust people who grow up in the city that got a team and they like, nah, I like the Lakers or something like that. Like it's strange,
I feel that. I agree.
So that was never me. I was always gonna rock with the home team, and rocking with the home teams like rocking with family. Sometimes you're winning, sometimes you're losing, but you're always trying to make the best of whatever it is you're going through at that point in time.
That's it.
No, go ahead. Right? Yeah, go ahead.
Oh yeah, no. Oh, just that's kind of my journey. It's not really like I watched the Browns one day and decided I was gonna do this. This is like kind of understood. This is what you're gonna do, dog. You're gonna root for these Browns. You know what I mean? Like, if you don't want to root for a team in Cleveland, like I don't really root for the Guardians. I got the hat on. That's one for Cleveland, but I don't really watch baseball. So, you know what I mean? So yeah. In my general rule for fandom, if you pay taxes there, or if you was born there, you could root for the team. But you got to have special exemption lists. Like your parents got to be a diehard or something. If you're trying to get an out of town fandom, but that's a whole nother conversation for a whole nother day.
All right, let me ask my first question. Being that the Ravens and Browns did battle, and it was the 30th anniversary for the Baltimore Ravens since we've been, created. Was you one of the fans that were pissed off that we were celebrating it yesterday?
I mean, y'all were celebrating it. It was intentional. You knew what you was doing. It's a rivalry thing, right? Like, I'm sure the Ravens knew what they were doing. I'm sure the Ravens knew that this game, getting it against Cleveland, for them would be the perfect opportunity to play the Browns. And if you're the Browns, you probably should not like that. It's like being chosen to be the homecoming game. Like, why are you trying to celebrate shit when I'm playing you? So yeah, it's disrespectful. Like, it was intentionally disrespectful. Like, I don't think there's any reason for the Ravens to run away from it. It's obvious what they tried to do there. And that's what you do with rivals, right? The Steelers and the Browns. We tried to play the Steelers our first game back on Monday Night Football, and then Bill Cowher went in the locker room. You ever hear this story? First game back Monday Night Football. Bill Cowher comes into the Browns locker room. He's like, hey, we know what this means for you. We're the one team that voted for you not to be stolen and all of this. And you know what? Don't even worry about getting us out there, our introductions for this game. This should be all about Cleveland, all about the Browns returning. Don't even worry about getting us an introduction. So the Browns go, okay, they bring out Drew Carey, they get their introduction out. You know what Bill Cowher, snake ass dude in the locker room? He goes straight back to that Pittsburgh Steelers locker room and goes, they won't even announce us on the field today. The disrespect. They don't respect you. And then they came out, beat our butts like they needed that extra motivation. So yeah, was it disrespectful? Absolutely. Was I upset about it? It was like, all right, the Ravens being disrespectful. They gonna bring the Models out. They know how we feel about that. And I wanted the team to kind of avenge that. Was I gonna fight people over it? No. But yeah, it was one of them things you do to try to piss off your rival because it's gonna make them mad. Like we don't have to act like it wasn't that. We don't have to lie. We don't have to lie.
How did you feel about Grant Delpit and Jerry Jeudy popping off during the week before the game?
Hey, look, whatever they need to play their best, I'm fine with it, right? Grant played well in that game. So if he needs to, talk a little shit to get him to play his best football, okay, cool. I'm not going to sit here and be afraid of great players playing great. Like, I want them to just overlook you, right? Derrick Henry is a great player. He's not going to underestimate anybody. The fact that you said he's easy to tackle ain't going to make him play any better or worse, right? And to their credit, he looked pretty easy to take down. That was the one thing that they talk shit about that was actually true, right? He, 26 yards, 11 carries? It wasn't great for Derrick that day. The Browns also, here's the other thing about the Derrick Henry thing. They have earned a little bit of a right to be confident about Derrick Henry because they have done a really good job against Derrick Henry over the last couple of years, especially 2023, where I think they held him 7 rushing yards. So, yeah, okay, they wanted to talk about Derrick Henry. Jerry Jeudy, on the other hand, okay, you're going to say there's no challenges being presented. You got to get open a little bit more often than you did in that game. I don't really mind talking to junk. That's part of the game. I'm not going to act like there's not worse stuff that's said on the field during the game anyways, right? The disrespect is going to be there. The motivation is going to be there for both sides. It's a rivalry game. It's their home opener. They're going to be motivated, but if you need to talk a little junk to get ready, then do it. Baltimore was going to beat you by 40 if you talk shit or not. You think Baltimore is about to be like, oh, no, let's keep this close because, we want to respect Cleveland. When have they ever done that? They weren't going, the Baltimore wasn't going to do you any favors for being nice this week. So what's the whole point of the cordial trying to be respectable about it? I get people think it could be a bad idea because you can motivate Baltimore to be better, but it's the AFC North. Every single game in the division, everybody's motivated. You don't catch anybody sleeping in the AFC North. It's all hate all the time, 24/7. Every single game in this division is a rivalry. So, yeah, if you need to do that to play your best, just make sure you play your best. So I got no problem with Grant Delpit. Jerry's got to play a little bit better, though. If you're going to talk that junk, if you're going to say you need it, then I'm going to need you to demonstrate why you needed it, right? And he didn't perform. Well, he got 50 yards, but he ain't really performed to the level you expected him to perform if you're going to say there's no challenges in the secondary. So, that's really it.
Let me ask you about the story that came out yesterday with Shador Sanders saying that the Baltimore Ravens were supposed to select him, and then saying that he didn't want to go to the Ravens because he didn't want to back up Lamar. But now you see that he's fourth on the quarterback depth chart. What do you think is going on with the whole Shador Sanders situation?
Well, he's third on the depth chart. He's the emergency quarterback right now. I mean,
oh yeah, that's right, because you guys traded Kenny Pickett. That's right.
Yeah, Kenny Pickett. But I mean, like I've said this, Shador, I think, fell because of a combination of things. I think one of the things that aided his fall in the draft was his family overestimated how other teams would feel about Shador as a prospect. I mean, you could just see this. I don't know if you've ever interacted with Shador Sanders stands in the last few months. I don't know how much interaction y'all have had, but there is a massive overestimate. Hold on, my phone is just ticking off right now. There's a massive overestimate of what his college career actually was and what NFL scouts were going to make out of it. And they went into this thinking that he was an undeniable prospect, and Shador Sanders is more in line with like a Teddy Bridgewater coming out, right? Like, you know, and Teddy Bridgewater was a better prospect coming out than Shador. That's not to say that Shador doesn't have talent, that he doesn't have potential, but I think this is a more evidence that, you know, the Sanders family kind of overplayed their hand because, you know, I don't want to back up Lamar is something you say when you think you are the type of prospect that's going to be able to be drafted in the first few days, right? And that didn't happen for them for a number of reasons. And I think that's just more fallout of that. It sounds like some shit they was doing around that time, if I'm being honest with you. I don't know if it actually happened, but him saying something like that, does it surprise me? No, because he apparently did everything that makes NFL GMs nervous in the pre-draft process. And that is something that you say to somebody, and then it gets around the league, and everybody's like, man, this guy telling teams no. He's not good enough to tell teams no. And then GMs getting their feelings, and, you know, guys fall down boards like that. So, yeah, I mean, it tracks out. Like, it makes sense. I'm wondering why it was conveniently reported this week. I mean, it's not like the brother played, so I don't know if it had any effect on the game. But, yeah, it's strange that it waited to get reported out this week when people have been asking for months, why did Shador fall? What happened behind his fall? And people are like, I don't know. And then like something like this comes out that they've been holding on to. It's like, yeah, this is stuff that's going to come out over the next couple of years, because I think that was obviously the reason he fell in the draft. They overplayed their hand with him.
Now, do you agree that he should be third on the depth chart?
Yeah, he should be third on the depth chart. I think Dillon Gabriel outplayed him in preseason. He looks more ready for game time than Shador does. Like, he looks more ready to operate the offense than Shador does. I think Shador has the higher upside of the two, but if we're talking about who can play in the NFL game right now, Shador's just simply not there. He has to work on his pocket presence. He drifts far too much in the pocket. He's also a landmark blower in the pocket. What I mean by that is, you have a landmark in the pocket where you want to drop to so you don't give your tackles really bad angles. He blows that shit all the time, right? That happened with Deshaun Watson a lot too, when he was in Cleveland and in Houston. And that's going to be a big problem for him because he's not a good enough athlete to be able to get out of that kind of trouble. So for him, and I would make the argument for prospects like him, they're more of a developmental thing than people think. I know a lot of times we think of these pocket passes and we go, well, that looks like Sunday, so that should be easy to transfer over. But look at how long it's taken somebody like Bryce Young, who was that same kind of prospect. Look how good he is. Look how much he balls. Look how well he processes, right? At Alabama. Look how long it's taking him to make any kind of meaningful transition to the NFL versus somebody like CJ Stroud, who's just simply more physically talented. So he's the kind of prospect that if he hits, it's going to take a while for him to hit, right? He's not going to be immediate, let's play guy. I mean, I think he still needs to get bigger, right? So, yeah, I think where he's set right now, I wouldn't feel comfortable throwing him in a game. I know some Browns fans are like, we should have threw him in against the Ravens. It would have been a disaster if they would have thrown him in against the Ravens, right? Kyle Hamilton lurking around there. He's trying to make off-schedule stuff happen. They were begging the Browns to do that all game. And yeah, they would have eaten that up. So yeah, he's right where he needs to be. He needs to develop. get better at some stuff, learn how to work in structure, learn how to let the offense work for him. And then I think he has a shot to be something. But until he gets there, if you throw him in there, he's going to get blown up. He's going to be like the rest of them, right? The quarterbacks that we done had in there, get in there too early, get blown up, lose faith, can't stay in the pocket because now they got PTSD and all that other stuff. And now you can't even play your game.
Let me follow up by asking this. With Shedeur and everything that comes with him, do you find similarities between him and Tim Tebow? And the fact of it being, not saying that he is Tim Tebow, but the fact of him being a backup, and then you know how that was with Denver. It was like no matter the minute.
No, it's the same kind of energy, right?
Yeah,
like,
okay,
and
so
the same kind of stuff. It's really the fan bases that are similar, right? Like I wouldn't say Shedeur and Tim Tebow are similar. There's a number of reasons. One, Tim Tebow, much different type of player than Shedeur or anything like that. And obviously Tim Tebow had a more decorated college career, which is something that I thought people didn't bring up enough in the pre-draft process with Shedeur, is that he ain't never beat no real team in college. Like, you know, he never went up against somebody who was ranked, a big game. People talk about his throws against North Dakota State. You know what I mean? Like, it's not the resume wasn't really impressive in college. With Tim Tebow, it was, but Tim Tebow couldn't throw the football to save his life, right? So two different prospects, but we're talking about fan bases. I will say, how do I put this in a way that won't get me? It's basically the black evangelical version of Tim Tebow fan base wise. Like it's the same energy. It's a lot of church stuff. It's a lot of, you don't even need to see it on the field. Just pray on it. Put Shedeur in the game type energy where it's like, all right, man, like that's, you can't run no NFL team like that.
My question is this, do we see Shedeur this year, or are we going to have to see him sometime next year? And also, do you think he should have took that backup position with the Ravens? Or you think he's right where he needs to be?
Hey man, once you fall out day 2, dog, you got to go wherever you can go. Like, I don't. That's the thing that was like. If it seems like they called him, and this is the thing that's strange with the report, right? It seems like they called him at 141. Now, here's also a layer that I think happened in there too, right? If we want to circle back to that story, where did the Ravens pick? You guys know what pick they were talking about? It was. He went 144, right?
The 5th round. They were talking.
5th round.
And they were talking about Shedeur. The Ravens taking Shedeur, what, 141?
Yeah.
Okay. So the Browns had let Shedeur know that they were going to come back and get him after they got Dylan Sampson. There's a clip on Overtime where you can confirm this, where they say, we're going to get Dylan Sampson, and then we're going to try to get back into the 4th to come get you. But we're on our way, basically, is what they said to him. So I think what happened was the Ravens were inquiring about taking him, and his agent was like, hey, you got 2 opportunities. You got Cleveland, you got Baltimore. You're going to be drafted around the same spot anyways. One, you can convince yourself you can start, and given that they don't have a quarterback. The other one, you're definitely not going to play for the next couple of years. You know, I could see a lot of people saying, I'd just rather go to Cleveland if they think they could play, right? If this is somebody who's already in their mind told themselves they're the number 2 pick in the draft, right? They're going to take, I'm probably going to want to take that in Cleveland. Now, if Baltimore was like the only team interested and he had told them no, that's kind of crazy, right? But I think by the time Baltimore had let them know they were interested, the Browns were already on the phone with him, and the Eagles were on the phone with him talking about, we're going to come get you in the 4th or 5th.
Okay. That makes sense. Do you think we see him this year?
Probably, right? I mean, we play a lot of quarterbacks every year. Even when we win games, we play a lot of quarterbacks. So, like, probably, right? Like, you know, Joe Flacco is very old. That's not a great recipe for staying healthy. And Joe Flacco, correct me if I'm wrong, I feel like he's had issues just staying healthy even when he was younger. It wasn't like he was always consistently clean on the injury report. Y'all would know better than me because y'all actually like rooted for the Ravens during that man prime. I was more worried about Ben Roethlisberger during that era, right? So
Joe was healthy when he was younger. He was healthy.
No, so look, we were worried about the same thing. We were worried about Big Ben back then too.
Yeah, that's
Antonio Brown, that bastard. But
Big bastard, right?
yeah, he used to cook Joe Hayden up every time. We used to handle AJ Green feel good, and then that damn Antonio Brown come out and make Joe Hayden look like a bum. But anyways, yeah, it's Joe Flacco's 40. That's not a good recipe to stay healthy. And Dylan Gabriel is not big, and that's not a great recipe to stay healthy, right? Like, I don't think that both these guys are going to be healthy and not afford an opportunity for somebody else to play. The question is, how early does that happen? Because if it happens, like, let's say they just blow through two quarterbacks in this game against Green Bay, which most certainly is possible, right? The Browns offensive line, as you guys saw, not the greatest right now. And they blow through their two quarterbacks. I don't know if they play Shador like early in the season, even if it comes down to it. Like, they might just say, we might get Bailey Zapp. They might take Tyler Huntley off he's on y'all practice squad now, right?
Yeah, we picked him back.
They might snatch back Tyler Huntley because they like Tyler, or do something like that before they go with Shador in a game, because I don't think he's ready right now. But if it gets later into the year after the bye week, I would expect that if it comes down to him, they would play him.
Ooh, that is a murderous schedule.
Oh yeah, you just saw it. Yeah, Cincinnati. We apparently the only team that got to play Joe Burrow for 4 quarters this season. Congratulations! It was us.
Crazy. That's crazy.
How you feel about that injury? Because y'all had him week 1. How you feel about that Joe Burrow injury? Are you a believer in Cincinnati?
I mean, no. Like, without Joe Burrow, no. That team is Joe Burrow. That offense is Joe Burrow and Jamar Chase. And Jamar Chase is going to get his numbers. They're going to win maybe like 7 games, maybe even 8, maybe even 9. But without Joe Burrow, that team's not anything to be concerned about, right? Like, the only reason you concern yourself with them is because, Joe Burrow has done things in the playoffs that make you go, oh, well, he might have that special ability in clutch moments that if he can keep your game close, he can be good. But they already had issues, right? Their defense isn't great. So they already had issues even with Joe, right? But yeah, the Browns go from Joe Burrow to Baltimore to Green Bay. I don't think we go through like 4 top 15 quarterbacks in that like first 4 weeks. So that's fun.
Well, speaking of top 15 quarterbacks, there's rumors out there, of course, about you guys seeking a quarterback. The name Arch Manning comes up a lot, and the name for coach, because they're saying your coach may not be around next year. Nick Saban is also out there as well. What are your thoughts about those two? That marriage right there possibly happening.
Yeah, Kevin's not getting fired anytime soon. Like, I'll tell y'all this right now. I know that people try to like spin it, make it seem like that.
Why do they want to get rid of him? He's a good coach, Quincy.
Well, they don't want to get rid of him. Like, the vibe around the building is more, we're happy Kevin didn't leave last year than Kevin might be. That man not losing his job no time soon, right? They understand. He's probably the guy that was least on board with the Deshaun Watson thing too. Like, so.
Oh, I was going to ask you about that one too. But.
So he's fine. They're gonna allow him to be out of here, and Andrew Berry is probably gonna be fine too, because this draft class looks pretty good. That he's gotten out here, and he's done some things to be able to maintain some talent while dealing with the Deshaun Watson contract here. So yeah, they're not gonna go after Nick Saban. And Arch Manning. The weird thing about this Arch Manning thing, and I've always pointed this out. People swear that Jimmy Haslam and the Mannings have like this great relationship.
Yeah,
I've
that's
never seen the Mannings around Cleveland once in my life. Like, never. Like, they're not like, usually you see the Mannings, they're over at a training camp randomly because they're buddies with some owners. You don't ever see that. And everybody's like, not only is Peyton Manning and the Manning family involved with Cleveland, they're helping the Browns make decisions. This dude I've never seen these two in a room together. You've never seen a picture with the Mannings and Jimmy Haslam. I feel like people are just going, Jimmy Haslam, he's a Tennessee booster. Peyton Manning went to Tennessee, and just assuming a lot of connections are there. I don't think the relationship is that deep, and I don't think Arch Manning is even thinking about coming out this year. Like, I don't think he's gonna come out this year. He's gonna be a 2027 guy anyways. So yeah, they're gonna be looking for a quarterback though. You know, they're gonna use that extra first round pick to try to get him a quarterback some way, somehow. Might be for trading for somebody who's already a starter, might be by using that pick to go after a prospect that they like. But yeah, they understand they have a quarterback problem to solve sooner than later. But I don't think they're trying to put together a whole thing with Nick Saban and Arch Manning at this point. Which, I mean, like, we gotta let some of these old coaches go, by the way. Like, you know, it's the game to pass some of them by. Like, them last few Nick Saban years weren't the most impressive at Alabama, but you know, it's something to think about. But yeah, it's the Browns are gonna try to handle this like a normal team would try to handle a void at quarterback.
Well, you did mention Deshaun Watson. What's going on with the whole Deshaun Watson deal?
Countdown to let him go.
You ever see somebody lose their job but they didn't get fired? You know, they just don't get put on the clock no more. Like you like, I don't know if y'all ever worked fast food, but back then it's like, oh yeah, DJ still work here. He just don't get hours.
That's Deshaun Watson.
Yeah, that's Deshaun Watson. You know what I mean? I don't know if his key card work. I don't know if they honor his parking pass at the building, but he still got one. You know, like, but in all seriousness, like the status with Deshaun, he's just another guy on the 53, right?
He's getting baptized, Quincy. He's getting baptized.
This is like the fourth time he got baptized. I'm not even joking. I'm dead serious. Like,
he's getting baptized.
He got baptized again? Is this old?
This is a couple.
No, Jimmy Haslam been to like 3 of these baptisms, by the way, and he ain't at that one. So I mean, it tells you right there where they're at with him. He's just another dude on the 53. Like, if it comes down to him playing, yeah, he might play, but they're not committed to him. They're just kind of waiting out that contract to expire.
So Miles, all right. So Myles, I want to shift to the defense real quick. So with the whole Myles Garrett situation, how serious was he really leaving? How much did you believe that he would actually leave?
I think he was going to try to see if he can get out the door and see if the Browns were going to like play with that idea of letting him go. And then once it became very clear that the Browns were not going to let him be traded in any way, shape, or form, he said, "Let me get my money for a couple of years." Like, yeah, like, the Browns weren't going to move him. They made that very clear. I knew something was up. I was at the Senior Bowl, and then Andrew Berry just announces to everybody, "We're not trading Myles Garrett." I didn't know that Myles Garrett getting traded might be a thing, right? He just says it right there. 2 weeks later, you hear Myles Garrett request a trade, and you're like, oh, okay. He's fighting a battle he's not going to win here. So the Browns weren't going to move on that trade request. Ultimately, he wasn't willing to go nuclear over it. You know, I think this is something that you're going to have to revisit in a couple of years, though, if you don't have a quarterback, if you aren't in the direction of winning by like 2028, that Myles is going to be like, hey, I'm going to want out of here. Who is the funny man keep pulling up these Deshaun Watson clips?
He's been
healed. He's got the Benny Hinn. He's got the healed. You know, he's feeling good.
He's been delivered.
That's cool.
He's been delivered.
I'm excited for him to put that headset on and
with a
you know what I mean?
We are at he said healed. We're at 316 views right there.
So. Yeah, ain't nobody trying to see him play anytime soon.
When y'all gonna let Art Modell in the Hall of Fame, man? When y'all gonna let the brother in?
Y'all want to put Art Modell in the Hall of Fame? Like, really? Y'all want to put Art Modell into the Hall of Fame?
Yes.
Do you realize this man's incompetence has created like 3/4 of the AFC North? He ran out Paul Brown, one of the greatest coaches of all time. That created the Cincinnati Bengals. He also made Jim Brown retire. I feel like that disqualifies you from the Hall of Fame right there. Went bankrupt in Cleveland, had to go to Baltimore to get him some bread so he can, stay above water financially. Created the Baltimore Ravens. Literally, this whole division is created because of his mistakes. How is that a Hall of Famer? You know what I mean? Like that is
Baltimore.
Hall of Famer to me.
Baltimore helps make up for all that, man.
Huh?
It
And
really
let's
was.
talk about it. How involved was he in what happened in Baltimore for those 2 Super Bowl rings he was the owner for? Was he even the owner for the second one? I feel like the second one he was
No,
barely there.
it was Steve Bisciotti at that
First
point.
It was Bisciotti at the end, right? So he got the one,
Yeah.
and brother was out there trying to throw Trent Dilfer out there at quarterback. He lucky Ray Lewis is one of the greatest of all time. You know, like that's what happened. He lucked into Ozzie Newsome. He was smart enough not to fire him. Ozzie got him Ray Lewis and Jonathan Ogden, and that did most of the work, you know. So yeah, man, that would be like putting Nick Foles in the Hall of Fame. You know what I mean? Like what we do?
The Eagles basically do. They got a statue for him.
Hey, look, you could build a statue of Art Modell in
There you
Baltimore.
go.
Yeah, but you think you're gonna bring that across the border into Ohio? Oh no. You're not about to have no Art Modell bust. And do you even want that in Canton? By the way, the amount of times that will be vandalized.
Yes. Because without him, there is no Baltimore Ravens.
Exactly.
But anyway, I will say this.
There's probably the Baltimore Ravens without Art Modell. You know, you probably just don't get Ray Lewis, right? We get Ray Lewis. Y'all were eventually gonna get a team. Y'all just would have got the team in '99. It started with Tim Couch.
I don't think so.
Oh,
I don't think the league was gonna give us a team. I think they was. Well, I mean, once what was Paul Tagley boo boo? Once he decided to say that we wasn't qualified to have one, I was like, oh, we ain't getting a team. Jacksonville got a team before we did.
Right.
You should induct Art Modell's financial advisor into the Hall of Fame, because that's how Baltimore ended up with that team. You know, like he ain't go to Baltimore because he knew anything about it. They was like, we'll give you money. Okay, yeah, I'll move my team.
Well, remember, we got screwed with the whole Colts thing. So
hey, look, I understand. You gotta do what you to do to get yourself a team. I'm not that bitter about that part of it, but I'm not about to induct that man to the Hall of Fame for moving that team.
Here's a legit question for you.
Yes.
What do the Browns need to do to become a legit contending team in the future? Like, what do they really need to do?
Honest to God, if they had a quarterback, they would be that, in my opinion, right? Like the inability to have that at quarterback, to have that guy there, has held them back, because defensively they're good enough. The run game needs to be fixed. Obviously, the offensive line needs some adjustments, right? Like they're not a perfect team if they have a quarterback, but they would be able to mask over a lot of these deficiencies if they had their guy, right? I know we look through like Baltimore's roster all the time. We just talked about Cincinnati's rosters. Like, yeah, they got flaws, but they got the quarterback. So you're always a threat, right? If the Browns had Myles Garrett and a quarterback you legitimately had to sweat, yeah, that would be a serious team. Like, you know, but right now they just don't got that, and that's what they really need, right? They need to figure out how are we going to get a quarterback who actually can make plays. I thought in this game versus Baltimore, it was a great example of what it means when you don't have a quarterback, because, you know, a lot of people in Cleveland freaking out because Joe Flacco looked bad in this game. As somebody who like at least watched Joe Flacco in the AFC North growing up, I don't know. Like, I don't know if you noticed this, but it seems like the perception of what Joe's prime was has drifted a little bit from the reality. Maybe y'all think Joe was like elite. Maybe y'all were in that crowd back then. Joe always struggled when he got pressure, right? You get pressure on him a ton. He was never really the greatest there. And the issue with Joe Flacco has always been like, he is not the kind of talented quarterback that can find answers when the defense makes it really, really difficult for him, right? Lamar, the Browns defense made that shit difficult for Lamar. He got 4 touchdowns in that game, right? Found a way to be productive, even though he was frustrated all game. I don't know who he was cussing out on that sideline. He was cussing somebody out. Somebody's getting earful every time he went back there. He was mad. He was frustrated, but he was still able to make those plays because, like that one throw to Zay Flowers, that throw and catch, right, where he's running out there, got Shelby Harris wrapped around him. That's what having a quarterback can have for you, right? In a game where the answers are very tough to find, where the defense is just making your life difficult. Ravens were doing that to the Browns offense. The Browns were doing that to the Ravens offense, but ultimately the Ravens were able to put up points and get through it because they have a guy who can make plays that can elevate them above a difficult condition. Joe Flacco at his best. outside of that Super Bowl run where he did do that, he's not that guy, and he's still not that guy, obviously, at 40. So yeah, I think, when you got that guy who can give you answers when the other team's playing a really tough defense, I mean, that's invaluable. That's why they get paid the top dollar, right? That's why those guys are never going to be free agents, because you can't do anything that can make up for not having that guy quite like having that guy.
Quincy,
Within the
go ahead, Jay. Go ahead.
I was going to say, within the division, you guys have given a lot of teams problems. I mean, every year it seems like you at least split with us as the Ravens, Steelers, and the Bengals, even despite the lack at the quarterback position. Why do you think that's just coaching? Do you think that's because of the good defense you guys got, or is just knowing your opponent, being that these are divisional games?
I think it's everything that you said there all kind of adds up, right? The familiarity. I mean, Kevin's been in this division since 2020, is in he's the earliest hired. He's the newest coach still, right? Because Zach Taylor was 2019.
Yeah.
So
and then
I mean,
Harbaugh and
Mike
Epps, we call him.
yeah, Mike Epps.
No, I'm sorry.
Not Mike
Omar
Epps.
Epps. Omar
Epps.
Yeah,
Omar Epps, we call him.
Called the homeboy from Juice. But yeah, it's a lot of familiarity there, right? Like the Browns have played against this team with this coaching staff for a very long time. I think it's also the matchups are very good. This team on a base level is built to be difficult for the top AFC North teams, right? They're one of the few teams that have the cover corners at times to be able to deal with Jamar Chase and Joe Burrow and all of that. And then Myles Garrett, right? Myles Garrett makes a lot of things possible. He's the one guy on earth Lamar Jackson has admitted he thinks about on RPOs, right? Like, I think that was a fun Hard Knocks clip last year where he was talking, I think Pat Queen or somebody was like, who you worry about when you pull that out? He's like, Myles Garrett. That's it. Right? So yeah, you got a guy like that causes problems for a lot of what Baltimore and Cincinnati wants to do. Pittsburgh's kind of been the same thing as us, except for like slightly better at quarterback over the last few years. So I'm not surprised we've been splitting back and forth with them. But yeah, it's really just personnel, and then you got dude like Myles Garrett, big division game. He gonna get you one of those, maybe even two of those, because that's how good he is. I mean, he tried his best this week and last week. You saw the kind of effort he put up there. Poor Roddy Stanley. Like, usually Roddy hold up a little bit better against Myles than what happened in that game. But Myles did his thing, but just wasn't enough this week, to get him over the hump.
Who finishes last in the division? Who finishes last in the AFC? Who finishes last in the AFC North this year?
It's either gonna be the Browns or the Bengals, right?
Yep.
And we put the Bengals in last place. I think the Browns are gonna look pretty rough here in the first 6 weeks, and I think people are gonna kind of freak out. I think the Browns are gonna be like awful. I think they're gonna be much better at the end. Second part of the season. One, that schedule lightens up considerably. And two, they're playing 6 rookies on offense right now. They're really like giving them the ball too. Like Harold Fannon's getting the ball. Dylan Sampson, Quinshawn Junkins, he's getting the ball, right? Like, they're playing a lot of rookies. They're playing a lot of this rookie class. Those guys are going to get better as the year goes on. They get more experience. They get more reps. And I think this run game is going to come along as they play more games too as well. So yeah, I expect this team to look a lot better later in the year than they do right now. I think right now is going to be the low point on them. People are going to freak out. They're probably they'd be lucky to get out this first 6 weeks with 2 wins. If they do, I'd be pretty happy with that, because I think it sets them up to do a lot later. But they might be a 1-win team, or maybe even winless here for the first 6 weeks, and everybody's freaking out. But I think they'll rebound in the second half of the season. The Cincinnati Bengals. Yeah, the Cincinnati Bengals, on the other hand, like, hey, man, it's just going to become more and more real that Joe Burrow is not walking through that door. Because right now, these first couple of weeks, they're going to talk themselves into, we just got to get right till Joe's here. And then they're going to find out, well, Joe might be back in December. And you know how these things go. Well, maybe he could be back for Christmas. Well, if the Bengals make the playoffs, maybe he might be there for week 2, at the playoffs. And then it's going to be like, he ain't coming.
He ain't coming right now.
Yeah, they said a minimum 3 months.
Yeah,
bro.
season.
I ain't never seen an injury announced with a minimum. Have you ever heard that? Like, that is a bad injury. They said a minimum of 3 months, dog. Usually it's like, hey, he's going to be out 6 to 8 weeks. No, they said a minimum. Absolutely won't be coming back before Christmas. Like, okay,
Oh no, yeah,
that's
it's
what's
a
happening. He's out for the year. Y'all just don't want to.
And by that point, ain't no point in coming back. He might be out for the season.
Well, and then they also said, because it was funny how the news broke, where it's like Joe might be out for 12 weeks, right? That was the first one. And then they were like, hey guys, don't worry, Joe's getting a second opinion. And then we got back after he got the second opinion. Oh, he's definitely gonna be out for 12 at minimum. That tells me he got that second opinion and they found more once the swelling went down, right? Like, it actually looks worse than they think. So yeah, and I don't anticipate this being good for the Bengals, and unlike past years, like, I don't know if they really got it like defensively to be able to stay afloat or
oh no, they're I feel like they're worse this year than last year.
Yeah, that's been my thought too.
They should have been spending more money on that offensive line than his wide receivers and pass rushers that wanted all the bread.
Yeah, but the sad part is the Bengals, they've had quarterbacks, I mean, and they never pan out. I mean, Carson Palmer, I think about him. Even Andy Dalton wasn't too bad over there, but they just never do anything behind their quarterback. And who was their one quarterback that took them to the Super Bowl besides Joe?
You talking about Boomer? Was it Boomer?
Boomer and the same thing. It's just like these guys, they get the quarterback right, but they just don't get everything else right behind it.
They get quarterback and wide receiver right,
yeah,
all the time, right? Defensively, they're always a weird defensive team out there in Cincinnati, and I don't know, just some of the ways that they move out there business wise, I think it's not convincing to the people who play in Cincinnati that this is a team that's all about winning right now. Like, I think that's a common theme where it's like, there's a way you got to do things in Cincinnati and you got to kind of maneuver and work things around. And, you can win games, but winning a championship is going to be a tough deal out there because they're never going to go all in the way that you want them to go all in, right? Like, the team like that, like, they should have been in the Micah Parsons sweepstakes, but they don't want to pay that kind of money for an edge rusher, right? Like, they just aren't aggressive enough to make the moves that they want to, and they're not a good enough drafting team to be able to get away with it.
Quincy, got to ask you about your Cavs before you get out of here. 67 wins. We've seen that.
Donovan NBA Ravens. You know what I mean? Like, hey, we the same thing as y'all. We get to the playoffs. I don't know what's going to happen. But, regular season, we going to be all right.
You like the addition of Lonzo Ball. You got Proctor, Jared Allen. I like, of course, my guy, Evan Mobley, one of the most improved players in the league.
Oh, yeah.
I think having, Garland hurt last year was a big injury, too, people don't talk about.
Man, losing Garland in that playoff series absolutely killed this offense, right? Because you had the big problem the Cavs had, and why I think they went after Lonzo Ball, and why I'm all for it, is when Darius went out, what I realized is that this Cavs team has nobody else with a handle, because what the Pacers were able to do was just press us and force turnovers that way. And it was because nobody could bring the damn ball up, right? We're like, Donovan Mitchell, can you play point guard? Donovan's handle isn't a point guard handle. It's a shooting guard handle. It's to get to the hoop, right? Nobody was looking at that offense from a playmaker perspective. Like, losing Darius really it made Jared Allen less effective. It made Evan Mobley less effective. It made everybody else less effective. So not having that on the court was a big deal. The problem with Darius is that he's going to get injured at some point, and you got to stop building the team thinking that he's never going to get injured, right? That's where you get Lonzo Ball. Now, you're playing with money. You're playing with fire there, because Lonzo Ball is absolutely going to get injured at some point too, but that's another guy who could come in, play some defense, right? Be a bigger guy in the lineup, facilitate for you, and rebound, which the Cavs also need in the playoffs. So I like the signing. I've actually been an advocate of going after Lonzo Ball for a couple of years now, pending how he came out of that knee injury. So I was actually really excited that they got Lonzo. But yeah, I mean, a lot of this stuff for the Cavs, they got to stay healthy. Things got to bounce their way. We'll see. The East is wide open. It's what the Knicks and the Cavs are the two favorites right now. I mean, like I can't think of anybody else who's going to throw their name into that hat. And both these teams have not gotten over the hump, so somebody's got to do it this year. And it's going to be one of those two. So this is the Cavs' opportunity to make it happen. It would be kind of like if the Ravens went up against the Chargers in the AFC Championship game. Like somebody got to make something happen, right?
I do got to follow up, because if you're talking about Cleveland,
yeah,
we got to talk about old GOAT James.
Oh yeah,
and this is his last year probably with the Lakers. Would you welcome him back for the final home stretch?
It depends on what that means for LeBron, right? Like, I don't know if I'm putting pause on everything that the Cavs have just to be like, let's give LeBron the farewell tour. Now, they go out in the first round, second round this year. Do whatever you want, right? Like, bring back LeBron. Keep Evan Mobley. We're moving on to the second window anyway, right? But let's say you get to the finals or you win the finals. Like, are you going to bring back LeBron under those circumstances? Probably not, right? And I'll be honest with you, I don't need another LeBron run as a Cavs fan. I'm a big Bron fan. I will be here for all 23 parts of the LeBron James documentary produced by Maverick Carter and Rich Paul. I will be excited about this. But do I need to see LeBron in the Cavs jersey again? Nah, I've seen it. I got the greatness of that 2018 run. He won the championship in 2016. Like, LeBron has reached the peak amount of happiness he can make me as a Cavs fan. Like, at this point, it'd be like, it's like when they brought back like old wrestlers. You know what I mean? Like when Chris Jericho come out and it's like, all right, man, like, I'm good. Like, I don't need to see Tanahashi wrestle John Moxley anymore. Like, I can live without it. Like, don't bring out Ric Flair like one more time to get him wrestling in Charlotte. Like, I'm good. We don't need it, dog. Like, that's how I feel about LeBron. And not to say that LeBron's cooked like those old wrestlers are cooked. This is like, whatever nostalgia I'm gonna get from that, it's I already got it. I just hope he just ends his career out at a team he played. Like, maybe he goes back to Miami, or maybe he just retires after this season. I don't need to see him play for Memphis or something like that. Like that, if we had to sign LeBron to stop him from playing in Memphis, then I was like, all right, we'll do it, right? But as long as it ain't gonna be something like that, and LeBron just like, all right, either I play back in Cleveland or I retire. Hey, brother, go ahead, get that retirement speech ready, dog. You're already Hall of Famer. I can start telling everybody you're the greatest player I've ever seen in my life. I don't think I need another LeBron run. Hey, when you think about it, and it's like, it's absolutely not what the Cavs need right now. Is another LeBron run. Like, it'd be fun. Maybe it'd shake things up, but it would definitely be like, okay, people gonna get fired after this season because they probably gonna go. like LeBron, not the dude who gonna just put everything on his back anymore and just get you to the finals like he used to. But it's gonna be Bron in the Cavs jersey. We're gonna think that that's gonna be what's gonna happen, and that's gonna be disappointing. I mean, people gonna get fired, traded. I'm not trying to rebuild after LeBron leave again. Like, we already did it. Like, I'm good. But
since we are on LeBron, I gotta ask you, how did you feel about the decision?
Oh God.
What was that, 2010? Yeah. I was a kid, man. Like, I was 15 or something like that when the decision happened. I was hot. What you mean? Like, yeah, I was hot. I was mad. Bro, I had a big LeBron jersey, right? It was the away jersey. And I remember he announced the decision. I took the jersey off. I put it under my dad's couch cushion, and it sat there until he came back in 2014.
Jeez.
Yeah. No, I was hot, bro. I was rooting against the Heat. Oh, yeah, I was rooting against the Heat. against the Mavericks for sure. Definitely was rooting against them. I was rooting against him until he announced that he was coming to Cleveland. Like, and I was like, all right, man, I'm good. Like, you know, everything's forgiven.
So y'all welcome him back with open arms.
It was kind of strange when he came back, to be honest, because it was weird because we had this Kyrie team that we thought was going to build into something. And, you know, I got attached to Deion Waiters and the idea of Tristan Thompson becoming a double machine and all this stupid shit. But, you know, then LeBron comes and you don't even got that team no more. Like, you know, that was so, like, basically LeBron comes there. You've been thinking about all this stuff that you're going to develop. And then it's like LeBron's here, Kyrie's staying, and everybody else is gone. It's like everybody else you done got an attachment to is gone, except for like Tristan Thompson. Yeah. So yeah, it was something to get adjusted to. That first year was weird, but once they got J.R. Smith and Mon Shumpert their own kind of identity, then yeah, that became just as fun as it was beforehand. But yeah, I mean, by the time we got to 2014, I wasn't that hot about it, right? Like, but you know, 2010, 2011, 2012. Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, like when the Spurs won that championship with Kawhi, I was the number one Kawhi fan. I was like, yeah, bring the claw in, you know. But yeah, it's been a complex relationship with LeBron. But when he left the second time, I think everybody, the people who are mad about the second time he left, I feel like y'all just don't like LeBron for other reasons, because like I could care less when he left that time. I was like, yeah, man, it's about time you need to go. Like, it makes sense. You want to go to LA. We already won the chip. You know, hey, it's all good. It's all good. It's not like he did shit in LA. I mean, he did get that one championship.
Yes, he got us. He got us.
Please, they're Lakers fans. Please give them that bubble championship.
Okay.
Give them that Mickey Mouse ring. Give them that Mickey Mouse ring.
I forget about that ring all the time. It don't mean it don't count, but it's just
thank you. It counts. Thank you.
It counts, I guess. But you know, it's not like I'm just saying when they go through LeBron iconic moments, right? Like that's not even in the highlight.
They're not gonna bring nothing about that up.
Yeah, the documentary ends after the 2016 title. It's like, all right,
that's when it cuts off. It cuts off.
Yeah, it's like, yeah. Then they do like a little, like, okay, well, you know, the rest of LeBron. And it's like, oh yeah, he played in LA for a little bit.
Man, that Cavs run. Honestly, though, Cavs LeBron may have been the best LeBron, because I mean, even when you know you're thinking about him against Detroit going to the finals, I think about that one year when he had nobody and took that team back, even though he got swept against the Warriors. That run with him and Kyrie, and I mean, the first time he beat the Warriors, it should have happened the first time, but then Kyrie and Kevin go down. But yeah, that's who I always think about when I think about LeBron. The Cavs LeBron.
I think Cavs LeBron is more heroic than any other version of LeBron, right? Like I think Heat LeBron was probably the best individual like player. Like he was doing crazy shit.
Yeah,
absolutely.
Like athletic.
That 2012, 2013.
Yeah, he was
when LeBron got hot in like 2012, it was terrifying, right? As somebody who was rooting against him, it was like, I hate this dude. He's gonna get 40 in a row. One time he came back from like 30 against the Cavs in Cleveland. It was disgusting what he did to us. But yeah, I would say the most heroic version of LeBron James is probably in Cleveland, where you've seen him pull off all of his most memorable moments of heroic stuff, right? The big three against the Magic, the whole 2018 run, everything that he did in 2016, right? Like that's where all of the narrative legacy stuff happened with LeBron. The one ring that people stop talking shit about his rings for, right, was the one he got in Cleveland, where it was like, all right, he got that one. He came back from 3-1 and he got the block. Like, all of his most heroic stuff happened in Cleveland. And like that's just, when you close your eyes, you think of LeBron, you think of LeBron in the Cavs jersey.
All right, Quincy, who plays in the Super Bowl and what you cooking up on your channel? How can they keep up with you?
Who plays in the Super Bowl? NFC looking like it's gonna be either the Packers or the Green Bay, right? Like this was looking out to be now. I don't think Jordan Love is a consistent enough quarterback to get to a Super Bowl. Like I think he is. My theory with quarterbacks is this, and when it comes to like getting to the playoffs, right? Because you've seen it play out with like a dude like Peyton Manning, where Peyton Manning higher ceiling than Tom Brady and was more capable of putting up a better game than Tom Brady on a given week, but not as consistent as Tom, right? Tom kept getting to the Super Bowl because Tom can go a real long time without having a bad game. And sometimes that's what it takes, right? You just don't need to have a bad game at the quarterback position. And guys who have a high frequency of like bad games, those are the dudes who always lose early in the playoffs. And Jordan Love, like, as good as that team is, that's a high bad game frequency guy. Like, he's gonna have, if you need to win 4 in a row to get to the Super Bowl, right? Or to win the Super Bowl, that dude's gonna have a bad game in there. And the question is, do you have enough around it to make up for it? Jalen Hurts, he's gonna have a bad game, but you look at what the Eagles have, they don't need him to be great every time, right? They can just have a Saquon Barkley game carry them, right? And the NFC is a little bit more forgiving than it is in the AFC, right? I think that's part of what happens with Lamar is like every once in a while Lamar pops up, drops a mid game, and it's like, damn, like you can't do that in the AFC because somebody's gonna have a better game than you or get a break at the wrong moment, and Lamar's not gonna get there. But yeah, I think it's probably gonna be between those two teams because Philly's more consistent. I go with Philly to get to the Super Bowl again. The AFC, I don't know, dog. Like, what is Kansas City? Don't look that great right now. Who else is in the top? Buffalo,
Bills, Ravens.
I don't know why Buffalo don't get more flack like Baltimore don't get flack. Like,
we know why. We know why.
We ain't gotta say the reason why. You already know.
Well, yeah, Buffalo. Somebody got to break through, huh? I guess it's truly the same thing as the Cavs, right?
Yep.
You know what? Solidarity, right? The Cavs are the Ravens of the East of the NFL. Ravens gonna break through this year. Cavs gonna break through. So I'm gonna have to hope that the Eagles beat y'all in the Super Bowl. You know, yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm gonna be rooting against y'all for sure. But I'll get over your Super Bowl appearance in January when the Cavs win the championship. So, you know, maybe good. And then we'll bring back LeBron. You know, everybody happy.
Well, not really, but yes.
Bring back LeBron to play backup power forward to Jared Allen.
How can they keep up with you, Quincy?
Oh yeah, just follow me on YouTube, youtube.com/Quincy Carrier. You can also check me out on Twitter or you know, just wherever you can find me online. I do TikToks now. I'm not going to respond to you on TikTok. I don't be on TikTok all that much, but I do post on TikTok now, Instagram Reels. So wherever you try to watch sports content, I try to be there. Search for my name and you will find me.
Quincy, we appreciate you, brother. One more time for Quincy Carrier joining us on the Playground Podcast. We got to do this again after the season when we get towards the end and see how you feel. Well, we got another matchup with you guys, so we may have to call you back and do it again.
When's that matchup?
Oh, well, they play in, I'll tell you right now.
And I see you had your wrestling references. So I'm guessing
November 16th, Quincy. November 16th, 425.
Oh, yeah, I'm an AEW guy. I like it. WWE made me mad about like 2017. I just stopped watching it. So I haven't been able to get back into WWE, but AEW.
Oh man, you missed a good years when WWE with The Rock and Roman Reigns.
Oh yeah, I saw everybody was having fun. Cody Rhodes was there. I was happy for everybody that's still watching. I'm just like, nah, dog. I saw them call Shinsuke Nakamura Pikachu on live TV, and that was it for me. Like I just couldn't watch it anymore after that. That was like, all right, bro, I'm done. Like, you know what? I can't do this no more with y'all. You know, but I'm glad everybody else is having fun. You know, I get have fun. I like to watch the kind of matches they have at AEW. So like for me, I don't have that much time. So I'm like, I'll watch one show on Wednesday and then the pay-per-view comes around. I know people are like, the stories aren't as in-depth. I'm like, I'm cool with that. Like, why they fighting? Cool. What they fighting for? All right. Let's see them fight. Like, that's all I need, dog. You know, that's what I'm here for. The match ain't going to slap. I don't really care about the story. You know what I mean? I'm not trying to see Jericho wrestle Wardlow because the story's awesome. I'm good on that, dog. Let me see Will Ospreay do 45 backflips on Swerve Strickland, and Swerve come back and do that backflip shit and jump on his chest. That's what I'm here for.
That's my boy Swerve.
Tony loves you. Yes.
There you go.
They
Yes,
be
we
like,
love
it'd be
Swerve.
4 hours. I'd be like, but do you be watching them 4-hour pay-per-views?
Yes.
And we do. We actually we
Actually,
do.
yes.
We do watch them.
Yeah, we
Like,
watch
you
them
know
all,
what?
Quincy. So
Look,
we
that's
here.
when
We
then
here.
people complain when it's a bad match on the 5-hour pay-per-view. I'm like, don't you want to take a break? Right? You the one talking about a break. That's what Jericho here for, dog. Or when they had, remember they had Paul White wrestle at All Out?
Yeah.
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 It was like
Unfortunately.
CM Punk, Darby Allin,
Yes,
Paul White versus
unfortunately.
QT Marshall. Okay.
Oh man, Quincy, appreciate you, brother. Keep up the
Right.
great work. We're gonna do this again real soon. We'll hit you up in November, and make it happen again, brother. Appreciate you.
Definitely. Y'all have a
Yes, sir.
Appreciate you,
Shout
man.
out to Quincy Carrier. Shout out to him dropping bombs, talking Brown, and a little wrestling as well, giving us the real of it. We'll have him back. Ravens Browns play November 16th, 4:25 start. Cravante, real quick, let's go to the injury report. Your Commanders had 2 season-ending injuries. Austin
Oh.
tore his Achilles, and Dietrich Wise with an injury as well. And what was that? A leg injury for him as well. So both out for the season and getting ready for Vegas, who's playing right now down 10-6.
Man, that hurts, man. Especially also Eckler, because I felt as though Cliff Kingsbury and Dan Quinn probably trusted him the best out of the running back room, even though Bill Krosky-Merritt probably has the most explosiveness and the most upside. But also Eckler was the most consistent guy and the guy who you, again, trust the most. So him going down is a blow to the running back room. Dietrich Wise was a big guy on the defensive line. So, yeah, that all hurts. Also, Eckler was his Achilles, and Dietrich Wise, it was a leg, quad, something like that. But we definitely lost both of them for the year. So that hurts. That's a blow to the defense and a blow to the offense. But also, I don't know if y'all heard, Jane Daniels is not looking the best right now either. He had an MRI recently, and on his knee, I believe it was his right knee. So he's pretty much day to day. I don't think there's any structural damage, but he's day to day, which is concerning because JD5 is not a big guy. You know what I'm saying? So we have to make sure we take precaution with this situation. So we do got extra time because we played on Thursday. So I'm hoping he still plays, but he's definitely day to day with that injury.
Vegas this week. What's your quick thoughts on that, real quick, on Vegas?
Wait, you said on the Raiders?
Yeah, real quick thoughts. Real quick. I know we'll be previewing it, but real quick thoughts.
We know that. Okay, so Geno Smith is I haven't had the opportunity to really look at the game. I'm kind of just looking at like the updates as far as the score, but in week 1, Geno Smith had a pretty damn good game. He's definitely a solid quarterback, something that the Raiders definitely needed. And hate to say it, man, they may have the best tight end in football. for sure, the best young tight end in football in Brock Bowers. He is a monster at the tight end position. And now they got Ashton Genty. He had a slow week 1, but I think he'll get better as the week goes on. So we have a tall order defensively. And of course, offense. For some reason, our offense always starts off slow. So that's not a good combination to have going into week 3. But we'll get into it a little bit deeper when we do our previews. But I don't feel great about it if you're asking me right now on Monday.
All right, Raj, real quick. Ravens blow out the Browns 41-17. LJ 8, LaJackson 4 touchdowns. He is now all-time NFL passer rating 102.648 and the most rush yards in history for a quarterback. Just another day at Lamar. We're saying he didn't have a great game, but just throws 4 touchdowns like Quincy said. Looks great when he needs to on 3rd and 13. And he still can even get better. And the offense has only run 100 plays so far. And Zay Flowers is emerging. Likely should be back. Defense got it done finally.
And all that is great. All that is wonderful that, he's putting up all these numbers and, he's breaking records and looking great. But team doesn't look great. The team is still maturing as we speak. The offensive line. The offensive line has been god awful at times. And they need to get it together quickly because we already seen what happened with Burrow and how many times he's been hit so far, and now he's out for 3 months. I don't want that type of situation for Lamar. Him running for his life, for Lele, getting tossed around like a rag doll. Rosengarten missing missing blocks as well. They got to play better. First and foremost, they got to play better. Marlon Humphrey got hurt. Calvin Noy is hurt. And it's just, and I understand we put up 41 or 40 back-to-back 40-point games, but I'm not satisfied, man. I'm not satisfied at all. And we got the Detroit Lions coming on Monday, and it's gonna be another tough game. So I mean, that's great that he has a great passer rating and great, all this other stuff. But we're not. But to be honest with you, we're not playing our best football right now, and we still haven't seen Still haven't seen Mark Andrews. Still haven't seen Rashad
Todd
Bateman.
Heap.
Still haven't seen Todd
Hey,
Heap.
look, at this
Boy,
point,
Raj,
I love
at
Todd.
this
showing
point,
your
I
age,
would take-
brother. You're showing your
would-
age, brother.
Hey, man.
I would take Todd Heap right now over what Andrews is doing.
I'm
man.
almost
I'm
would
MIA
too.
on that.
I understand that. I understand that.
But let me finish real quick. But like I said before, we're not playing our best football. We still need to see some more weapons. But I'm still happy to see. But D-Hop did his thing as well. Devontae Walker, he went out there. He had a couple touchdowns. So that's good to see those two playing well with Lamar. But they got to get right, man, because it's only going to get harder as the season goes on. And we got to get right for the playoffs. So if everything is not, rolling on all cylinders by then, it's going to be a problem. So, I mean, great that we got the victory. Great that Lamar looks wonderful number-wise, but they need to get it together as far as the offensive line and some of the weapons that have not shown up yet for Lamar.
Go ahead, Dre.
Hey, look, I'm just happy to come away from that game with a W. The fact that 2 weeks in a row we've put up 40+ points. The defense played a lot better. Roquan is probably the defensive player of the week. I just want the momentum to continue, for the defense to continue to step up, and like Rod said, just protecting Lamar and just doing better by him. But offensively, we're there. I think it's just D-Hop's is looking a lot better than what I thought it would look. I just need the defense to continue to keep the same energy. That's the only way the Baltimore Ravens continue and keep going and to be at championship caliber level, which we know that they can be.
Thoughts on the game for the Ravens?
A great bounce back game. We all were there. We all saw how week 1 ended, and the Ravens absolutely, there was no way that they could allow that to happen 2 weeks in a row. So great bounce back. It was great. It was not a great homecoming for Joe Flacco, but it was a great celebrating 30 years of Baltimore Ravens football. And I thought that was cool. And with all of that coming about, you had to win. you absolutely had to win. So great job bouncing back. And you're not going to play 10 times, 9 times out of 10, your next opponent, you're going to be favored then. So this is a good time to get on a roll. And this is a great initial first step by beating the Browns pretty bad. So so now it's time for the Ravens to get on the run. It's time to help you guys feel a little bit better about this year. Get on the run and possibly a Lamar Jackson MVP run as well. Now I know that doesn't matter, but typically if you're playing like an MVP, typically that means you're winning. So that I think that'll be good moving forward. But great win. And my gosh, I was terrified of that 12.5 Byron, and I should have taken it, because history shows that, especially off of a loss, teams that have a double-digit point spread, i.e. Lamar Jackson, usually covers. And he covered big time.
Let us know how you feel in the comment section about the Ravens and Browns, the Commanders injuries. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up, hit that like button, and hit the bell. We got almost 400 people on X. Come on over to YouTube, hit that subscribe button, search the Flex Zone Podcast. Let us know your thoughts on week 2 of the NFL. Let's hand out our game ball and not so game ball, our standouts and our duds of the week. But I do quickly want to touch on the Joe Burrow injury. Dre, I'll start with you. Joe Burrow potentially out 3 months. I did a video earlier on it. Your thoughts on the injury for Joe Burrow?
I mean, this sucks. I mean, you're talking about a guy this is his third major injury, 2020, 2023, and now 2025. I mean, it's like, can the man just catch a break? But at the same time, I mean, it's the Bengals. Like I said earlier, I mean, we talked about other quarterbacks that have been there. I mean, Carson Palmer, a good quarterback coming out and ended up retiring because he was just so frustrated with the Cincinnati Bengals, a team that's just not protective of the quarterback position. Even though he's got the weapons, they can't protect him. I mean, this guy keeps, getting hurt. Yesterday, I mean, what was that? I mean, absolutely, ridiculous out there. Joe up there trying to, play Superman for a team that, the defense can't stop a nosebleed out there. So I feel bad for the Bengals. And we never wish injury upon nobody. And it always sucks because you won't see this guy who is a top 5 quarterback out there because of injury and just unfortunately going to a bad organization. The NFL is the only place, sports, I mean, but particularly the NFL, the only place where you can be the top guy coming out of college, but end up in the worst situation because the team sucks. I mean, we were offline, we were talking about a person like Caleb Williams, where the Bears have just been inept at the quarterback position for so long. But, you have somebody like Lamar Jackson who happened to fall into a great organization, and we see where things can go. So it just sucks that they just aren't using this guy who to the best of his talents because the organization can't get right.
Go ahead, Cravante.
We talk about Joe Burrow.
Yeah, you can Joe Burrow.
Joe Beasy.
Joe Embiid is crazy. Mark. Third, you hate to see such a great talent like his be wasted, be absolutely wasted away. And like Dre said, this is his third major injury. When he's healthy, he's definitely one of the ones. But you have an organization holding you back like that. I don't think Joe Burrow is going to finish his career in Cincinnati. I think he's going to get tired of it, and he's going to want out because they're not going to do enough. I don't think they'll ever do enough because similar to what Quincy was saying, it's some organizations that just don't put their all in. They just don't. And I think this is going to be another one of those situations where the Cincinnati Bengals end up letting another great quarterback leave because they're not doing everything they can to make him the most successful he can be. But it's very very, very unfortunate, man. Third major injury in his short.
Yeah, I was thinking that too. I was thinking about Andrew Luck and him.
But it's very, very, very unfortunate, man. And also now that they'll probably miss the playoffs, is Zach Taylor's job safe?
I think he gets a pass. He gets a pass.
Yeah,
he gets one more
it's
year.
one of those
He gets one more
situations.
year.
Yeah, it's one of them. He's got to get a pass for the.
Raj?
Because remember, this is one of those situations where actually it's like above his head. What was that line that the dude said from the hotel? He was like, "That's above my pay grade."
I think also. So now this will work in my favor. I think because I think Cliff Kingsbury, our offensive coordinator, he can pick where he wants to go. Because of the impact that he's made on the offensive side of the ball. So I think he'll get another opportunity as a head coach. And I was eyeing I was eyeing the job for him just in case Zach Taylor and them and Joe Burrow, they didn't make the playoffs and Zach Taylor got the boot. I thought Cliff Kingsbury is going to go right up in there. But if Zach Taylor gets a pass, we may be able to keep Cliff Kingsbury another year. So I'm cool with it.
Raj, as you see the schedule, they have to play a tough Minnesota team, go to Denver, Detroit, Green Bay, Pittsburgh, Jets, Chicago before the bye.
Let me see. I don't wish injury on anybody. Even though I don't like Joe Burrow at all. So it sucks that he's out because I wanted to whoop his ass. Especially on Thanksgiving. I wanted to be there for that. But he won't be playing, so it sucks. But yeah, man, like everybody said, it's Andrew Luck all over again. His offensive line is terrible. They have not protected him at all since he's been there. I think they do put his all in his receivers that he likes, the T. Higgins and the Jamar Chases of the world, but they don't protect him, which is ridiculous. It should be the other way around. But yeah, Cincinnati is a shitty organization, but they're an organization that just caters to the wrong things. And it's just him being hurt kind of shows it. So I hope he still has a career when he comes back, because turf toe grade 3 could lead to people retiring early. I mean, we've seen that with our own Jonathan Ogden, who played with the Baltimore Ravens. He had a major toe injury and never played again after that. So turf toe is very serious, especially grade 3 when you have torn ligaments in it. Hopefully he comes back healthy next year. But yeah, for the Bengals, it sucks. But hopefully his career is still intact when he comes back.
Raj, I'll kick off to you. Game ball, not so game ball. Who stood out this week and who was in the outhouse this NFL week?
Well, Mark, you're going to love this because my game ball goes to Daniel Jones. Daniel Jones has been balling ever since he's touched grass down there in Indianapolis. And by God, they haven't not punted the ball not one time, like you said. They've been rolling. Jonathan Taylor looks fantastic. And the offense is actually rolling with him as the quarterback, which is very, very unusual. But hey, man, he played well for 1 year with the Giants, and they gave him a contract. So he's doing it again right now. These first 2 games with Indianapolis, and they're definitely doing that thing. So I give special kudos to Daniel Jones and the Indianapolis Colts.
Damn.
I
said in the text that this was my game ball, not so game ball.
Here
you go with thieving. Here you go with the thieving.
I didn't even see the text, Dre.
I know you didn't see it. You get your glasses.
Well, usually you miss everything that we write, so it is what it is.
Hey, you ain't me though. But I'll help you buffer your point a little bit. Danny Dimes is the first Colts quarterback to start 2-0 since Peyton Manning. He's also the first Colts quarterback to have 5+ touchdowns with no giveaway since Peyton Manning. And he's passed for 588 yards. Only Peyton Manning and Johnny Unitas have had more in the first 2 weeks in Indianapolis Colts history.
Does that tickle your fancy? Does that make you never mind. All right, anyway.
It's called when you have your points. Anyway. When you have your notes ready. That's what it's called.
Okay, whatever. My not so game ball has to go to the New York Jets, man. My God, what happened, bro? I mean, they competed last week against the Steelers, and it looked like they was about to turn a corner with the quarterback, Justin Fields. Just to go out there, look flat. Justin Fields gets a concussion, and then they just get their ass whooped. You know what I'm saying? Whatchamacallit didn't even look that good. Mr. Allen, he didn't even look that good for him. And the Jets just do what they always do. They just turn back to the old school Jets. It don't matter who the head coach is. It don't matter who's the running back or who the defensive coordinator is or offensive coordinator. It's the same old Jets, the same old stuff, the same old garbage. I feel bad for my man Tyson, man. from Let's Go Jets talk radio. I feel bad for him, bro. I really do. Well, it's actually just let's talk Jets, but I feel bad for him, man, because it's like you root for this team, you think that they're gonna have a good year, and then they just go out there at home and lay a complete egg, don't even fight, and just get your ass whipped. It's ridiculous, man. I feel bad for him.
Go ahead, Dre. Start low and high.
Man. Same game, man. I'm actually going to give my not so game ball to the Denver Broncos because I don't know what the hell that was, man. You gave them another chance to kick the field goal, giving them extra yardage over a dumb penalty, which propelled them to make the field goal that he originally missed.
They won. They had it.
That's why I'm like,
bro.
you blew it.
They had it, man.
You
That's
literally
tough.
just blew that. That's craziness that happened. So definitely got to give them my not so game ball. And then my game ball actually, you know what? Because this may be the only time we're able to actually say this. How about them Dallas Cowboys?
I knew you were going to do it. I knew
it. I mean, yo, that was we you know, if it wasn't for this game actually outdid the whole Miami and Patriots game. I mean, for the back and forth to go out there,
definitely the most entertaining game of the week.
And you know what's this now? Dak done beat the Giants 14 times straight. Like this craziness.
I think the last time he lost to them was like 2016.
Yeah, it's crazy that he just beat this team that many times.
His whole career.
And I mean, Russell with the pick that helped the whole situation. But I mean, Dak out there, we always talk about Dak being a top 10 quarterback. Dak showed up, y'all. Yeah, he put this team in a winning position. Him and George Pickens. I'm actually glad. I want to give it to that offense because Pickens showed up when we all talked about whether or not he had took plays off, wondering why he was out of Pittsburgh, but he stepped up as well. So the Dallas Cowboys get my game ball.
Dak 14-2 against the Giants, Cavante.
And
and then that Dallas kicker too.
So did he lose the first two games and then win 14 straight?
Yeah, I think he did. I think so.
Oh, okay, that's wild. Like 2016 is crazy. But let's see. Not so game, but I mean, gosh, there's so many to choose from. I'm gonna say the marriage between Caleb Wilson and Ben Johnson. I don't think it's gonna work. I don't think it's gonna work, and I don't think it's gonna last long because Ben Johnson is kind of putting how he wants Caleb Williams to play, and Caleb Williams just only can play the way he plays. I don't know if too much change is going to happen from Caleb, and I think this is going to crash and burn. And Ryan Poles is tied up into this as well because the Bears, my gosh, just they don't look good. They do not look good, and it's early. You have to give Ben Johnson some time, but I don't think it's going to end well for him and Caleb Williams' relationship. Game ball. Let's see. I'm gonna give it to the Seattle Seahawks, man. Coming west from the Pacific Northwest to Pittsburgh and putting that thing on the Steelers like that. Kind of crazy from a road team, man. Sam Darnold made some plays, but yeah, the Steelers ain't all the way right, man. And I'm waiting for Aaron Rodgers to stop pointing that finger. I'm waiting for it, but the Seahawks played a great game, man. Again, I thought they was gonna be behind the 8-ball coming west to east, but they came and they put they put a whooping. They put a whooping on the Steelers.
There you go. Dak Prescott, 14 consecutive wins. Tom Brady versus the Bills and Steve Young versus the Rams, 13 apiece. So Dak, 14-2 against the New York Giants.
I think it's 14 straight that he's done this. That's crazy.
Crazy. Yeah, crazy. Let us get to week 3.
Can have a game ball? What's your game ball?
For me?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I'm up here every week. We cover every game. I cover it like 4 times a week. 2 previews, 2 post-game shows. I was just
Okay.
everybody gets a game ball.
He's
Yes,
like,
everybody gets a game ball. Yes, everybody wins. Everybody gets a participation trophy. Let's get to week 3 and do these picks real quick. I know Dre doesn't have a schedule, but looking at the
but
pick. Go ahead,
I
Dre.
will say the standings week 1. Me and Unc tied at 12. No, I'm sorry. D1 week 1, 13-3. Me and Unc were tied at 12-4. Byron, you were 9-7. Karante was 8-8. Week 2, all 3 of y'all were 11-3. I was the only one who was 10-4 because I picked
The Dolphins, right?
No, I don't think it was the Dolphins game. I think it was the I picked Chicago to beat Detroit.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah, I know. I was reaching. But those are the right now Unc is at 23-7. I'm at 22-8. Byron is 20-10, and Karante is 19-11.
Yeah, Cravante is climbing up. He's 21-10 now after the first game tonight. So we got up to the second stores, but it's close. It's a tight one so far. So
How I got 11 losses and I got 10 on here?
Hey man, the show picks might be different. I don't know.
No, I didn't pick anything different. There go Dre again with his counting, yo.
Yo,
you don't gotta worry about it. We got it on online. So
I got electronically, man. Ain't nobody worried about Dre, man.
Yeah, electronically. So
I got 11 losses.
If he wants to cheat, it don't even matter.
I'm not cheating.
Dolphins,
If
Bills.
you wanted to, it don't even matter.
1, 2, 3.
Dolphins, Bills. Yeah,
1, 2,
Bills.
3. Bills.
Yeah, Bills. Yep.
McDaniel could be fired if they get blown out because they got extra time after this game. Packers,
will.
Browns. I mean, no disrespect
we
to
already
Quincy,
know.
but
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Packers.
Colts, Titans. This is an interesting one. 2-0 Colts against the 0-2 Titans.
Divisional game. I'm
gonna say Titans.
You know what, Dre? I think I'm with you, man. They got to win 1. And Daniel Jones go come back there.
Man, Cam Ward looks good. Cam Ward looks good, y'all.
I think I'm with you, Dre. I'm with you,
cool,
Dre.
his team is terrible. His team is terrible.
I'm going with Titans, Dre.
Going with the Colts.
Bengals, Vikings. Remember, JJ McCarthy also out 2 to 4 weeks, ankle injury. Ugh. I might pick the Bengals.
Oh, wait a minute. Fun fact about him is that they said that with JJ being out, Carson Wentz as the backup.
I cannot stand him.
Carson Wentz, by him doing that, he'll make history because that would make him the first quarterback in NFL history to start for 6 different teams in 6 consecutive seasons, starting with the Eagles in 2020, Colts in 2021, Commanders 2022, Rams 2023, Chiefs 2024, and it could be the Vikings in 2025.
Give me the Bengals, man. I'm gonna take the Bengals. I don't trust the Vikings, man.
I don't either.
Yeah.
And the Bengals defense, guys, is playing better. It's playing better. Al Golden from Notre Dame.
Man, you look, that Minnesota defense yesterday, they still were actually pretty all right, keeping them in the football game. I'm gonna choose Minnesota. Everybody else, y'all choosing Cincinnati. I'm choosing Minnesota.
Okay. No, I'm going. Man, whoever the quarterback is, I think people underestimate how very loud it is in there, man. Whoever the quarterback is going to be, I don't think he's going to be well prepared for that. If it's Jake Browning, I think the Vikings play better than they did. Hopefully, they play better than they did.
I might have to go Vikings too. I'm gonna rethink it. I'm gonna go Vikings.
I don't trust either one of these teams.
Nope.
So wait a minute, who are you picking then?
I guess I'm going Vikings.
I'm gonna go Vikings. I'm gonna go Vikings.
I picked the Vikings on ESPN. I picked the Vikings. So there you go.
Steelers Patriots, another interesting game. Oof, boy.
I'm gonna roll with the Steelers. They're gonna bounce back.
The Steelers, Mike Tomlin as the underdog. I think I'm going with the Steelers as well.
Me too.
Because it does say the Patriots are favored by 1.5, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think I'm going with the Steelers.
Byron, what you wrong with?
I'm gonna go Patriots. I'm gonna go Patriots. I think Drake May rises up. You look at his numbers so far: 3 touchdowns, 1 interception. I hope he rises up.
I'd be very happy.
And remember, what do the Patriots like to do? They like to run the ball, and the Steelers have a trouble with that. So we'll see. I'm gonna go. All right, game of the day. Don't know why I said 1 o'clock, but Rams, Eagles. I'm not betting against the Eagles all season, so just give me the Eagles.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to take the Eagles too.
I'm going with the Rams. The Rams. They should have had it. Playoffs. I'm telling you now, they get it. But the thoughts we in there.
I think I'm going with the Rams as well.
Okay. We split on this.
All right, Jets, Buccaneers. We're going Buccaneers.
We already had.
No,
1, 2, 3.
Commanders bounce back, Cavante, against the Raiders.
They need to. They absolutely need to. I'll pick them to win, but I don't feel great about it on this Monday. But we need it. Absolutely need it to bounce back.
Hey, I'm rolling with the Raiders.
I'm rolling with Commanders.
Give me Commanders. Falcons, Panthers. Ooh, man.
ATL.
Panthers got to win the game, man. I'm going to go Panthers.
It ain't going to be this one.
Yeah, it'll be this one. I'm going Atlanta.
ATL.
So wow, you're the only one with Carolina.
Yeah, give me Bryce Young and T-Mac. T-Mac looks really good early on. Give me Bryce Young.
I picked the Steelers and the Falcons. Oh, the same week. Jeez.
Texans, Jaguars. Texans got to win the game, right? They own.
Yeah. Now
this Texans win this one.
Texans gonna win.
Yep.
Ooh,
you know what's crazy? Jacksonville could have won their game too if it wasn't for that Travis.
They probably should have. They should have.
Broncos, Chargers. Chargers up right now over the Raiders, by the way.
And we're on the Chargers, man.
With the Chargers,
yeah, I'm going with the Chargers.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with the Chargers too.
Seahawks, Saints. Seahawks get the 2-1.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3.
Yeah.
Cowboys, Bears. The Bears 0-3.
Dallas.
Oh my gosh, yo, I don't know.
They did sign Jadeveon Clowney, by the way. I can see.
Yeah, I'm gonna roll with Dallas on this one, man.
Ew.
Yeah, the Bears are letting me down too much. Give me Cowboys.
I guess I'll take the Cowboys too. Ugh.
Oh, this one right here. Oh,
give me the Cardinals. I'm going with them. 3-0, baby. Here we come. 3-0.
I'm going with San Francisco, man. Mac Jones.
I'm going with McCorkle.
Yeah,
okay. I'll take Colin.
Cardinals.
Yeah, I'll take Colin.
Cardinals.
Give me Colin.
Okay, we split. So we split on this one too.
Yep.
Chiefs, Giants, Sunday night. Chiefs got to get a win.
Kansas City gonna win.
They have to. This must win. This must win territory.
I mean, this a layup game for them because they face Baltimore after this.
I don't know, man. That D line, Dre, and that O line of the Chiefs isn't good. It's gonna be closer than people think.
We've been saying the Giants, man, and they haven't pulled it off. But I say that Kansas City wins this one, and then they lose to Baltimore.
Lions, Ravens on Monday night. I'm going along Ravens right now.
Hometown.
Chase Brown, Mark.
It's not going to be an easy game, though. I'll say that.
I'll go Ravens as well.
Yeah, I don't trust Chase Brown. I don't trust.
So how many points will be scored between the Lions and Ravens? I put 70.
Ooh. And watch it be the under, just because.
It probably will be.
Right. I was gonna say I think both teams will get. Somebody might get 40.
Real quick, Raj, Canelo and Crawford. Crawford beats Canelo on Saturday night.
Yes.
Thoughts, real quick thoughts.
Yeah, it was a great fight. Terence Crawford is one of the best of our generation. The brother has been an underdog his entire career, mostly fighting on ESPN, the regular ESPN, most of his career. But the last 3 to 4 years, he's been getting his just due, beating Earl Smith a couple years ago, another great fighter in convincing fashion. And this past weekend, beating Canelo Alvarez, moving up 2 weight classes to get him out of there in 12 rounds. This brother has it all, man. And his story is so unique, how he came up as far as the fight game is concerned. And I'm just happy for him, for real. But it was a great fight. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you go on Netflix and check it out. He put a boxing clinic on Canelo, and Yeah, man. Let's see what happens next with Terrence. He pretty much has every belt that you can think of, like Mercedes Moné from AEW.
Hey, but the thing is, I mean, this brother making history, you know, to be able to go up, like you said, that many weight classes, to be able to hold his own, to tell you to call basically calling his shot, saying, I want Canelo. He got Canelo, and then he schooled him. I mean, like you said, it was a boxing clinic out there. I mean, whether it was like going jab for jab in the late rounds or just really just put on a boxing clinic with him. I mean, that was impressive. I'll say that much. Not to take anything away, because we know Canelo's a great fighter, and it was good seeing the hometown girl, Angel Reese, out there stopping in the C Crawford. But I mean, this is a fight that I'm looking forward to. I'm not sure about the next couple of big boxing fights, but at least this one, I think, at least for it to be a mega fight, it was enjoyable to watch. The next couple of major boxing events, I'm not too sure about, but this one, I enjoyed it.
Yeah, Tank and Jake Paul will be the next fight. Thank you, everybody. We had a great live stream as well. Thousands of people in there. We appreciate y'all for that, by the way. Cavante, I'll give you the final word.
I thought it was crazy that he was the underdog in this fight.
Yeah,
I thought there was a quote I want to read y'all that I was talking to Marcus briefly. I was mad that we wasn't able to get him on, but I quote, "This is what happens when you put an actual dog in the kennel with those that just claim to be dogs." And I think that's what happened. Bud is a dog, has been a dog. I remember when we was I didn't catch the end, but I was on the live stream for a little bit, and I think Raj was the one who brought up about his negative interactions with his mom. And I just don't think that should be underestimated. and a guy who's literally been fighting for, of all people, his mom's love pretty much all of his life. I think that means something moving forward, man. And he's our generation's like top guy right now. And at 42, hey man, before we know it, he'll be in Floyd in that Floyd range. But excellent fighter, excellent boxer, and an actual dog.
Did you enjoy the telecast though? Was you laughing out of your seat on Saturday?
Y'all wow. That's what I'm saying. Y'all wow.
Before we get to Goofies and get out of here, make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell. I see over 400 people damn near on X. Come on over to YouTube, search the Flex On Podcast, subscribe. Promise we got great content like this each and every day. You'll enjoy, plenty to get lost into. And Cavante, are you ready to get goofy for this week's edition of Cavante's Goofies of the Week? Let's make a call to the bullpen and get goofy with the one and only Goofy.
Of course. Something wrong here. Stupid. Just stupid.
Well, now that's goofy.
Jam. Oh, jam.
Hello, good people. Thank y'all for tuning in. Welcome to Goofies of the Week, sponsored by the Flex On. Appreciate you guys for giving me a little bit of time. So let me tell the good people what I thought was goofy this week. I have one major goofy and one not so goofy. I'm not gonna spend a lot of time on a not so goofy. It's just one of those things where you kind of can see the downfall coming. Byron, who is the head coach for the Jacksonville Jaguars? Is that Liam?
Liam Cohen. And Bud Crawford's at the Monday night game, by the way, right now. But yes, Liam Cohen.
Him and well, before I get into that, We talk about all levels of goofiness. We get sometimes it's in sports, sometimes out of sports, sometimes it's in the entertainment world, and hell, sometimes it's even in the political world. So we deal with all levels of goofiness and we talk about it a little bit. Well, at least I'm giving a little bit of time to talk about it. Trevor Lawrence, there was a very negative interaction that he had with his head coach. It was, towards the end of the game, and he missed the easy throw. And the head coach was telling Trevor Lawrence to, like, hey, hit him in the chest because he missed. I think he missed De'Ami Brown.
Duval.
You just knew it was done after that. It didn't sound good. It didn't sound convincing.
Duval.
Didn't sound convincing at all. I think he missed De'Ami Brown high, and the coach was telling him, like, yo, throw it down here, bring it lower to his chest. And Trevor Lawrence waved that man off. And I said, oh no, they are about to crash and burn. And Duval, they about to crash and burn. Because that was a poor display of head coach quarterback relationship. That's not anything you want to do to the head coach. Not any coaches at that. But look, get to right there. Look, pow, get out of here. That's what he said. Get out of here.
He gave him the He gave him the Dre.
Except instead of like he get get out my Duval face. So yeah, that is that's not good. So let's keep an eye on that moving forward as they lose more games. Let's see how long he keeps his job and if he's still able to hold a locker room together, because we forget losing, it can very much affect a locker room negatively. So if he loses the locker room, things only get worse from there. This him trying to clean it up. I wonder what that conversation was like after the loss. He wasn't telling me to go screw. Ha! That's what you thought it was? He was telling me to move on. He wasn't telling me to go screw. All right, sounds good. So yeah, that was that. Something else that was happening in sports. For those of y'all that's been under a rock, a right wing activist and God, was it Kirk? Charlie Kirk was tragically gunned down while he was on the campus of Utah Valley University, and it was in gruesome fashion. Absolutely tragic how it unfolded, and it was so a couple things were goofy. I think it was very goofy that people celebrated his death. I thought that was very, like inhumane, and just poor taste, and very very negative. Like people openly having videos with them celebrating this man's death like that. And I thought that was very, very goofy, because I can understand, there's a difference of opinions. And by no means that I agree with much of anything that he said. I also think he's a racist bigot, but I thought celebrating his death was a bit out of the lack of empathy that we show from man to man, human to human, is very, very, very poor. It was a bunch of people that did that, and I'm not saying you should not have, you didn't have to agree with him, but it was in very poor taste. People celebrating him. I mean, celebrating his death. Now, fast forward a couple of days. That happened on September 10th. TMZ talking about they were laughing at a car chase. Fast forward, that happened on September 10th. Fast forward to this past Sunday, I saw that it was a bunch of teams. I think it was only 4 teams that did not, but I thought this was kind of weird that they honored him, and I was like, ooh, that's nasty. I think that's nasty work too. Because if y'all heard the stuff that he said while he was living, my gosh, I can see the hatred for him. But I thought that was a bit much to honor him. I don't think he did anything for the NFL or the country or the world to push it forward. I think if anything, he he pushed for violence and division. And obviously he loved his good old guns. He loved that Second Amendment, but he did not care for anybody that pretty much was white, was a white man. And I thought he was a racist bigot, but you know, it is what it is. But to honor him, I thought was a bit much, because I don't think he did anything crazy to move the country forward in a positive way. I think morally, I thought he was very unjust. Very morally, though, he's very, very much unjust. He was pretty much a multi-millionaire because of his racial and very insensitive comments to other groups of people. And I thought it was very absurd for so many, I guess because they're all conservatives, and as owners in the NFL. But I thought it was in very poor taste for them to honor him when I did not think he was deserving of that. To celebrate the death of someone who don't share the same beliefs, as while seeing it play out in real time is very disturbing. Absolutely. No, it was beyond disturbing. I believe Mark Andrews said something as well. But I just want to look up the teams. Let me see the teams that were. Yeah, I believe it was the Ravens, the Colts, Lions.
Yeah, I just showed the graphic. I'll pull up the graphic again.
Oh,
I'll
my bad.
Pull up the graphic. I got you. No, I got you. Go ahead.
Oh, so yeah, but it was only about 4 teams, and of course, Thursday night really wasn't involved at the Packers and Commanders, because it happened the game happened right after that happened, so they wasn't involved in it either. But yeah, and I think I'm sure those that followed him remember those what he said, the very insensitive comments that he had about George Floyd. But it already shows and already confirms what we already knew. What we already come to know is that a lot of the owners are already pretty much, conservatives, and the plantation that they oversee, they still have that very similar mindset that that Charlie Kirk had, which is why I thought they went out of their way to honor him. But it kind of is what it is. But I thought that was very, very, very poor taste. So these were the 4 teams. The Bengals, that was the other team. The Bengals,
and they all won, Cravante. And they all won.
Ain't that something? ain't that something? Yeah. So no, but he was no way he was in no way anybody's hero or did anything to push, America forward. If anything, he was trying to bring America back to the, I guess, the what they call the good old days. But that's just another poor example of how goofy the NFL can be and the owners of the NFL can be. But it is what it is. I just thought it was in very, very poor taste because he couldn't give two whats about all the black players that played on those football fields on that given day. So that's pretty much that. Who is this guy?
Roger's favorite kicker.
That's the Chiefs kicker.
Roger's favorite kicker.
The one who said those crazy comments during the commencement speech.
Nothing was crazy about his comments. Not at all.
He was talking about putting women back in the kitchen, bro. And not getting college degrees. Stop it.
I don't got to say much of anything. There you go.
Okay. So he's not about progress or anything like that.
Thank you.
He's a conservative too. Whatever. Again, I don't think this is really a left thing or a right thing. I think it's a moral thing. And morally, I thought it was unjust. So, but that's neither here nor there. Very much goofy. Very much goofy. Y'all know my line. There's a thin line between goofy and great. And all these folks was on the wrong end of it. Got to do better.
Oh, gosh, something wrong here. Stupid. Just stupid.
Well, now that's goofy.
Jam. Oh, jam.
Real quick moment of silence for Ricky Hatton. Mark, I did see you put that in the chat. Boxing legend. I think he was like 40? He was on like 40 something, I believe.
Yeah,
so
he wasn't old, man.
Yeah, rest in peace to Ricky Hatton. We'll do a quick moment of silence here on the Flex Zone podcast. May he rest in peace. Yeah, he was only 46. So 46 years of age was Ricky Hatton. So gone too soon. Yeah, he fought Mayweather, right? Didn't he fight Mayweather, I believe?
Yeah, he fought.
Yeah, he did.
Yeah, he fought Mayweather. So moment of silence. May he rest in peace and love and light to his family, friends, and loved ones. One more time, give it up for our wonderful, illustrious guest tonight, the one and only Quincy Carrier. Appreciate Quincy coming through. Make sure you guys hit that subscribe button. Check out Quincy's channel down below. It's linked. You can see it right here. Subscribe to his channel. Check him out. Follow him. Tell him the Flex Zone sent you, and follow him on X as well. Drizzy Dre, episode 507 next week. Will be here after Ravens Lions. It'll be like a Ravens post-game show with a little more sports talk mixed in. I know Raj will be at the game, so got a lot of content coming and big week.
Yeah, a lot of content coming. We just earlier today we had a great interview for the Orioles, getting them prepared for HBCU night. So a lot of great things coming here on the channel. I do want to say real quick about Cavante's Goofy. The same energy wasn't kept when it was Breonna Taylor, Michael Brown, Freddie Gray. I mean, the list goes on and on. So it's just crazy that Charlie Kirk, though he didn't deserve to die that way, that was somebody that was not pushing the country forward, very much a divisive person with his views, and you could challenge a lot of his takes on religion coming from a person who is very religious himself. But it's just the fact that he's being honored this way and viewed in this way as some like white savior is just mind-boggling across sports to me.
Raj, what do the people need to do watching right now on YouTube and X, and what we got coming up this week? A lot of content.
We have a lot of content coming. Just stay tuned for more. WrestlePalooza Saturday.
Good point, Rod.
Good point.
What Mark just said.
Oh, I think that's my opinion on Charlie, man. I think it's all taken out of context. A lot of his stuff is taken out of context. A lot of stuff is pretty much like clips that you probably seen, like Kevin Samuels. It was clips that a lot of people saw that he didn't like. Oh my God, he's saying this about this person. Oh my God, he's racist. Oh, he doesn't like women. That type of bullshit. I'm not going to get into it. It is what it is. I don't know the person. I don't know him personally, but I just hate when people do that. But of course, there's always the left versus the right. Everybody makes George Floyd a hero. Now Charlie Kirk's a hero. It is what it is. It doesn't really matter at the end of the day. We're all going to the same place. But anyways, like I said before, WrestlePalooza is set this Saturday. So we'll have clips for all the matches coming up, of course. Brown's going to do that. Commanders preview. Ravens preview, probably Maryland Terrapins preview. And yeah, we're just gonna have a shitload of content like we do there every week. So please hit the like and subscribe button. If you're on X, come over to YouTube, search the Flex Zone Podcast, hit the like and subscribe. Also, if you want to become a member, hit the join button. It costs you $5 a month. You get custom emotes and a lot of other things. If you join the picks and ESPN, do that as well. But yeah, it is what it is. We will be back tomorrow for NXT and AEW on Wednesday.
Late entry, real quick. If you haven't heard, my boy, His Excellence, is doing it again.
Hi, Tom Brady here. I'm very excited to unretire and come back and play in another incredible flag football game in Riyadh, March 21st, 2026 for Riyadh season. I'm here with my partner and friend.
There he is, His Excellence, baby. His Excellency, Cravante.
I'm
very happy.
And I'm ready for this.
Yes.
Let's go.
Sure.
Let's go. Hi.
Come on, not you too, Brady.
That's Saudi dust.
Jesus, man.
Everybody got a price, baby. Everybody got a price.
I swear everybody got a price, man. What is
Commanders content this week? Dre not happy.
Absolutely.
This guy must be worth $1 trillion.
He can buy you right now, Dre. He can buy you right now. You can be bought.
No. Okay, the black Ted DiBiase over there with that laugh.
Yes.
So I think I'll take some more time. I'll take the next couple of days to really dive into the Commanders, Raiders. I guess look ahead, but yeah, we'll definitely tackle that at some point this week. So definitely look out for the Commanders preview.
Appreciate you. Real quick, if you haven't heard, Tom Brady is coming out of retirement to play flag football in Riyadh, Saudi Arabia. He's joining Saquon Barkley, Christian McCaffrey, CeeDee Lamb, Max Crosby, Rob Gronkowski, Sauce Gardner, Myles Garrett, and others for the Fanatics Flag Football Classic, a competitive flag football tournament taking place during Riyadh season in Saudi Arabia on March 21st, 2026. It will be Brady's first football action since retiring 3 years ago. Pete Carroll, Sean Payton, and Kyle Shanahan will be coaching the 3 teams. There you go.
Oh boy.
That sounds like a good Saudi fun.
Trey, you excited, brother?
No, man.
A good old Saudi dust.
Executive producer, Drizzy Dre, the OTC, the tribal chief, the half of the founding fathers, the other half of the founding fathers, the Mandalorian, the captain of Goofy Ship, the voice of reasons, and Raj. Let them know what we do for the Ravens. The social media producer, Big Raj, bringing love to everybody watching. What are we doing for the Ravens? And you'll be down at the bank next week for Monday night, all black.
I don't know. What are we doing for Ravens? We streaming live.
Well, I'll be on for Raw, and then I'll just watch Raw, and then I'll watch the game. Then after the game, I'll go live again. So just more work for me, but whatever.
Oh, okay. Well, I mean, that's what you're gonna do. But I'll be at the game.
Well, I have to watch Raw. I can't not do Raw. Raw does pretty well for us. I gotta do Raw, then I'll just do SmackDown, and do Raw, then I'll do the Ravens after.
It's all good, man. But yes, I'll be at the game. Hopefully, I get some nice footage of the game, and you know, and hopefully,
A new phone coming soon. A new item for you.
Ain't nothing. Nope. Yeah, the Saudi man is coming for me now. Yeah, Saudi.
Tom Brady coming back in Riyadh on 21 of March 2026 with a lot of legend and very big music concert. It will be surprised.
Man, get him out of here.
Don't miss it in Fox.
I'm telling you, man, he looked like
Big announcement.
that thing on his head, man, looks like something from The Chi, man, in the restaurant where Emmett is working at. Man, but anyway, yeah, I'll be at the game, so stay tuned for hopefully some clips from the game, I guess.
Yeah, check us out tonight or next week.
Told you.
1.4 trillion, Dre. There you go.
Told you.
Yeah, see, you can buy you.
Everybody on X, come on over to YouTube. Hit the subscribe button, hit the like button, hit the bell. Let us know your thoughts on week 2. We'll do it again next week. Everybody, thank you again to Quincy. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Mark, Miss Queen, Raleek, Shavonda Wallace, everybody who come through, brother. Thoughts, can't forget you as always. Thank you, everybody, for watching. Only place fellas giving you sports how you want it.
When you need it.
For Dre, Cravante, and Rod, yours truly, senior producer, Cravante. One more time, catch him with us. Commanders content. Drizzy Dre will be back this week. The executive producer and the social media producer, Big Rod, yours truly, associate producer, God's favorite host. Flex on One on all social media. You can super chat us, hit the Cash App, flexon1@gmail.com, Flex on One on all social media. We out of here. Throw your ones up, acknowledge us. Have a great night, everybody. Next week, episode 507 / Baltimore Ravens, Detroit Lions post-game show. We got Commanders content, preview, post-game this Sunday, and Ravens preview coming this week. Maryland football takes on Wisconsin, big game. Got WrestlePalooza preview and predictions, weekly watch-alongs, and AEW all-out previews as well. So stay tuned. We gone. Have a good night, everybody. We're putting the kids to bed. Week 2, 1 game remaining going on now. We'll watch that. We'll talk about it. Stay tuned on the Flex Zone podcast. Thank you for watching, everybody. Have a good night.